pretty well in that first encounter. And Qatar at stages of that chase were right in it, needing 178 in the second oval. Mujibur Rahman is a very good left-arm spinner. He's into the attack, into the game, and it comes off a toe end. Not where Powdell intended, but the outfield's quick enough to guide it to the rope and to find a boundary for the captain of Nepal, who's going to be so important for this evening.
This was outside the off stump, got the inner edge. I think that came off the outer edge very fine towards the third man.
It may well have even been an outside edge, not the toe end. And with it being a 7 p.m. game, plenty of the Nepal fans who live here in Muscat finding their way in to cheer on their team. Good batting, follows the boundary up with a single. I met a group of doctors yesterday, Paresh, from Salalah, which is the second biggest city or one of the other major cities in Oman, right down the south. Over 30 of them, all doctors, all having trained and qualified in Nepal, have emigrated here to Oman. They flew up to Muscat in the morning. They flew back home last night. They all took leave for the day. They were all wearing the same Nepal national team shirt. Incredible group of guys. I think if we ever need some healthcare in Salalah, we're good to go, Paresh, me and you. But the joy and the jubilation and being here for that yesterday for them, it filled me. Oh, it was so special to talk to them. We got a big group photo together, a great group of guys. I'm sure they're watching on this evening. That'll be a wide outside the off stump. The passion and the scales that Nepal fans go to support their team, whether it's in person or watching on their smartphones or their televisions, quite remarkable.
That is the craze what Nepali supporters have for the team. Beaten outside the off stump. He's mixing his pace. He's bowling a bit slower sometimes, giving it a rip.
I think for me, maybe not to Mala so much, but he's probably just bowling a little bit too flat. A bit slower on this surface is the way to go. It should be a wide, and instead it's dropped. I'm not quite sure why Kushal Malla played a shot at that, and he's been given a life. It was, well, as easy as they come too. Powdell comes down to have a word with his precocious youngster. What exactly is everyone doing out there?
It drops a dolly at backward point.
Would have been a massive wide. Some confused thinking here from Kushal Malla, who's having a difficult tournament. That was a poor shot. And now, how often do we see this? The next ball gets pumped down the ground for 6. He should have been dismissed for 2. Instead, maybe he's got into his work now. And Nepal's, their fans, they love it. But what an amazing 2 balls that was.
Right on the slot. Hit it straight down the ground. This will give a lot of confidence to Kushal Malla. The way he was going about in this tournament. Low scores, no runs at all. I think this is the first 6 in this tournament for Kushal Malla.
Yeah, you're spot on. It is the first maximum, and that tells a story.
Swastik soybean तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास.
Special celebrations like झन्नै special बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला.
Do you think the chat from the skipper was, Kushal, what are you doing? To play your natural game.
Yeah, I think that was. He's in a very difficult situation, Kushal Malla. He hasn't scored runs. He's under par. He's a bit nervy in the middle.
Tentative, isn't he? Very tentative. You think about Malla when he plays his best cricket. He's attacking the bowlers. He's going at the opposition. Difficult on this surface. That's the right pace. Powdell deals with it really well. Wants to. Oh, he's very quick in and out. Gets back for the second. Excellent running. And he's turned what could have been a dot into 2 runs from nowhere.
Oh, Ahmed is bowling in a right pace that you should bowl in this wicket. A bit slow through the air. Gives it a bit of rip. That was extremely good running between the wickets by these 2 batsmen. Mainly Rohit Powdell.
do sense that however many Mala scores, Paolo wants the second, but Mala has no interest. Gets a thumbs up from his skipper. Even if Mala doesn't go on to get many, you just sense that was a big turning point in the game. If Qatar had held that catch, the pressure would have piled onto Paolo, and there would have been a new man to the crease. And I don't know who they would have sent in. They probably would have sent Sundeep Jura in. He was a little shy of runs in this series, obviously the great 50 against the West Indies. Can Mala cash in, make the most of that opportunity? It's such a funny game, cricket. You can feel like you've absolutely no form at all, and then you can get back into it just like that. But he's gone now. Great catch. Excellent grab from Ahmed. Not going to make use of that life. I can't blame him for going after it. It was there to be hit, but he didn't get underneath it enough. And he didn't hit it either side of the bowler. And great hands from Ahmed, who's having a good tournament. It will now be the third wicket.
It was hit like a trace of bullet by Kushal Malla, but straight to the bowler. That is a very good reflex catch.
Outstanding catch, that. You can see the umpire trying to get out of the way. Well, Mala's got to trudge off again. Bit of a tale of his tournament right now. Having a difficult trot of form, the very talented young man. He's gone for 8. It's 48 for 3.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
बिग मार्ट तपाईको छिमेकी
Pendra Singh Airi is having on this tournament. Hasn't really been with the bat. He's made a couple of 20s, but his bowling and his fielding, I think it's fair to say everyone knows I've always been a fan of Dipendra Singh Airi's right from the very first moment I saw him, the best part of, it must be 9 years ago now, in international action. But he's having a phenomenal purple patch, isn't he? Those 3 direct hit run-outs, the wickets last night, holding his nerve, gave a great interview as to how calm he was. And maybe they're just saying, okay, he's the one, he's our big game player, let's get the vice captain in with the captain and see if they can build a partnership.
He's coming at the 8th over. This is quite early. The 3 matches Nepal played till now, he's batting in the 13th or 14th over.
Down the leg side, not the right line, and well, to be honest, Ahmed gets away with that one. Deep backward square, you could say he's well positioned. He's a long way behind square. But it's a wicket taking over, the big wicket of Kushal Malla, who falls for another low score. It's 49 for 3.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
How can you worry about it? It's a good point. I think a lot of the modern players have an interesting relationship, don't they, with social media. Some of them are very active on it. Some of them completely absent from it entirely. Whereas Irie can't beat the cover fielder. Think about someone like Sampal Kami, who's the amazing work he does with dog charities throughout the Kathmandu Valley and all of his natural charisma. Now look at how quick these 2 are between the wickets. I thought they were going to take on a second there, barely to the edge of the circle, and just have a single to bring up the 50. But there's a serious point about it, isn't there? Because for young men, you've got to remember Mala's 21 years of age. Gulshan Jah was horribly vilified during last year's T20 World Cup, very unfairly, in my opinion, and wrongly. I don't think there was many die-hard purist cricket fans who understand the sport who were critical of Gulshan Jah. He was nearly the one who actually got Nepal over the line against South Africa. And it was a complete freak occurrence. He was hit in the back with the ball, he was startled, and then a backhanded reverse flick onto the stumps meant the super over didn't come into play, and Nepal lost by a heartbreaking 1 run. Everyone was gutted. Anyone who loves the associate game, every Nepali or everyone of Nepalese origin around the world was gutted. But you can't vilify a teenager. You're out there trying your best for your country. All of them are. As this is cut away. Half driven, half cut. Fast hands from Irie. Flies for 4.
This was bowled outside the off stump. The left arm spinner, Mujibur Rahman, is gone for plenty. 18 runs given away in 1.5 overs. Outside the off stump, opening the face of the bat to get the gap. Dipender Singh Irie, he has that record of hitting 6 sixes in an over against Qatar.
Lovely to see the Nepal flag flying up there. I think this is probably the other reason Irie's been sent in. Just work it round, get 1s and 2s, and put Qatar under pressure. Might have been bold. It's 56 for 3.
100% pure sunflower butter बनेको धारा health refined sunflower oil.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ।
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
9 overs that Nepal has played in this innings. It's going to be Ois Ahmed. He has taken.
These left-arm spinners will probably bowl in tandem unbroken for the remainder of their spells, potentially.
Yes, they will, since the left-hander is already on. There is one left-hander who is the highest strike rate in this tournament, Gulshan Jah, yet to come.
Slower through the air, like that pace on this pitch. I'll tell you something, somebody who could be very effective on this surface, I think, is Kushal Malla with the ball.
It's very clever bowler, Kushan Malla. He doesn't look like that, but he uses his mind.
Attempted sweep and no contact made. Yeah, I think Malla will be a definite option. Mohamed Adil Alam with all of his slower balls, his cutters, his leg cutters in particular, should be a good option too. Malla going along at exactly a run a ball. I think probably the best approach might be to do that for the next 4 or 5 overs. If they get to the 15 over marker at 90, in a normal T20 I'd think they're miles short. I think on this pitch it might give you an okay platform to get to 140 if you have a big final 5. And Gulshan Jah's impact on this tournament, you've got him up your sleeve.
Ois Ahmed is bowling in a right pace, a bit slower through the air. That is why it's difficult for these batsmen to play down the ground.
Really nicely bowled into the block hole. Irie's looked busy since he's come to the crease, which is what he's been sent in for. Not even sure if we'll actually see the medium pace of Daniel Archer today. Maybe just, they might bowl him 1 over or maybe 2 just to mean they don't have to go back to Amir Farooq if they don't want to. But it's going to be spin, spin, spin for the moment. And you can see why a very adventurous single, but a well-judged one, will close out the first session. It means that Nepal will go along at exactly a run a ball. They've lost 3 wickets, and we're in for an old-fashioned low-scoring arm wrestle this evening. And Qatar very much sensing the potential of a second-ever victory over Nepal, and a win that would keep their World Cup hopes alive. Nepal have it all to do in the second half of this first innings. 60 for 3.
Red Bull presents T20 World Cup qualifiers. Nepal ko Vishwa Cup Yatra, powered by Gyan Extra Long Grain Basmati Rice, Bajaj Pulsar and Gazab Ko Piro Noodles.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
100% pure sunflower butter बनेको धारा health refined sunflower oil. भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ।
एसियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट शाइन यसमा भएको युभी हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
स्वस्तिकको स्वर अनि 30 वर्षको साथ।
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
To the final 10 overs of this first innings, just talking about whether or not they'll use Daniel Archer tonight, and in he comes to the attack. Keeper will come up to the stumps, probably try and do what Mohamed Adil Alam will be utilised for in the second innings for Nepal. Very clear instructions being given by the skipper Mirza Mohammed Beg. This will just be ball stump to stump, keep things tight.
Yes, and not seam up deliveries, mixing his pace, use variation.
Well, that's not where you want to start. Freebie down the leg side and clipped away for 4. Howdle is the master of using the pace on the ball, whether it's seamers or spinners, and just deflecting and nudging it into areas that are unguarded by fielders. Lovely leg glance, his second of the innings for 4.
Yet again, a seam up delivery down the leg side. It's all about bowling cutters, the off cutter, the leg cutter. The pitch is so slow. If you bowl seam up deliveries, it will nicely come onto the bat. That is why the spinners mainly always Ahmed bowling that pace. That is why he's restricted the batters.
Not the right line again. Murray wants the single. Powell says, calm down, Tiger. You've had a busy 24 hours.
It's actually the tiger and the cheetah at the crease.
Yeah, they really are rapid, aren't they? Just great to watch as a consequence.
There is a change in the field. The deep mid-wicket fielder has been brought in the 30-yard circle, and even the fine leg is brought in to short fine.
Short and wide, and again deflected away. Will only be a single this time. Been good innings this from Powell, isn't it? We were talking before the start of playoff air, me and you, Paresh, we were saying if Powell makes sort of 40 off 40 or 50 off 50 tonight, it would be a crucial innings from the skipper, and he's probably just the right man to do it. He's going even better than that at the moment.
He's very patient in the middle. Hasn't looked apart from the first ball that he faced. The inside edge that he got for a boundary. Apart from that, he hasn't looked in any trouble or something like that.
Great running again from Irie, gets them home comfortably for 2. This has been a really good assessment of the conditions by this pairing. Tricky role for Mala to play. He's in there as a power hitter and got that one big hit away. Got a second ball he liked in his area and caught and bowled. Just wonder would he be better being held on to a bit further down the order. Easy with hindsight, as a mistake from Imal Lianage is going to allow a second again. These two are, well, Powell wants a third. Would have been lunacy going back for 3. But they're so quick, these two. You can't take your eyes off them. You look at the screen, they're like a blur.
The two quickest members of the national side for Nepal. captain and the vice captain.
Another lovely deflection, and just the pressure that's being applied. That wasn't an easy one for Amir Farouk. Probably would have been a single anyway. But as soon as they rushed through for the single, every single Qatari fielder on the offside of their hands and their hips. It's deflating, isn't it?
It's actually 11 runs off the over so far without taking any risk. This is how these two are so quick.
And I didn't think this was necessary as a bowling change either. Again, the deflection. Almost right off the chest of the keeper. It'll be 12 runs from the over. It's a good one for Nepal. I think it's the best of the innings. And the score moves to 72 for 3.
स्वस्तिकको स्वाद अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास
कच्चपको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा कच्चपको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ।
Abilities. It's a bit too early to actually even speculate about them, to be honest, because of the fact that there are a number of scenarios where you can win 3 and not qualify, or win 2 and qualify. As Powell helps that round the corner, another one runs straight to the fielder. The only bits of information I can give you for certain is that you cannot qualify with 1 win or no wins. And you will definitely qualify with 5 wins or 4 wins, because you cannot get 4 sides tied on 4 wins apiece, not mathematically possible. So 4 wins is enough, as is 5, of course. And there is no final, so 5 will make you the champions. Is there somehow going to get 2 again? Exceptional running. It's aggressive. It's contagious to watch. And yeah, for me, I don't think you're going to be comfortable sitting with 2 wins, but if you've got 3 and a good net run rate, you'll have a good chance.
Yes, it is because you've carried 2 points from the group stages to the Super Sixes.
Again, this is probably going to be 2 more. Look at the athleticism from Irie and Powell. Make it look easy.
Yeah, they are setting a benchmark for all the players, all the reserve players as well, and the players who are not in the squad back home. Sundeep Zora is also as quick as these two in between the wickets.
Just needing a little momentary breather, understandably. There's Rohit Powell, and he has the maturity to just say, sorry, I'm not ready. It is right to do that. Mujibur Rahman is a change of ends. Such a helpful surface. They are poor figures, aren't they, for a left-arm spinner? He's bowled a bit too flat and just been a bit too predictable for me, and Nepal are doing a great job at scoring from every delivery off him.
Apart from Ois Ahmed, he's bowled in the right pace in this wicket. Mujibur Rahman, he's bowling a bit flatter.
Yeah, it's just too quick, isn't it? That easily could be 4, and with the misfield, it's going to be helped away. Mohammad Tanvir, the 44-year-old, gets the dive in, and look at the double teapots, they're everywhere. The bowler's not happy, the skipper's not happy, and Nepal are somehow turning this game heavily in their favour, running Qatar ragged.
This is all because of the running between the wickets of these two. They're just running when the ball is hit to the fielder. That is why the misfield was caused, because of the running.
This is brilliant batting. Been a really good partnership between these two. 12 have been bowled, 83 for 3.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
स्वदेश तथा विदेशमा आर्जन गर्ने शिक्षाको सम्पूर्ण खर्चको जिम्मेवारी लिन्छ आइएमई लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्सले।
आइएमई लाइफ बाल किरण जीवन बिमा योजना।
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Nepal were to win tonight, their next game is against Oman. So that would be an absolute certainty in terms of the fact that whichever side wins that game will get to 4 wins and will qualify for the World Cup, and they will celebrate as such, I would imagine. The side that loses it will still be in a very strong position, and they just need to win their last game to qualify for certain. But even with 6 points and a good net run rate, you'll have a good strong chance. So Oman are sitting pretty on home soil. They so often do wonderfully well at this venue in qualification events. They know the conditions brilliantly. But that'll be Wednesday night under the floodlights. You and I will be on duty for that one, Paresh, and whoever wins it, if Nepal get past Qatar this evening, will qualify for the T20 World Cup and take the first of those 3 spots.
Yeah, he's saying that the day after tomorrow's game, Nepal, they must win today.
Correct, yeah, and that's presuming that they get past the men in maroon this evening.
It's going to be Amir Farouk to change his ends.
Been a masterful partnership, this. Adept at reading the conditions. You obviously want to get as many as you can when you bat first, but with the way Nepal have been bowling and fielding, anything over 140 is going to be a very tall task for Qatar. And they're not on track for 140, they're on track for more than that now, thanks to this 4th wicket partnership.
That is what we saw last night when Alishan Sharafov was going guns. They came back so strong, Nepal, to win the match by 1 run.
Short ball pulled away. There's protection out there. Interesting they've gone to Amir Farouk. Mirza Mohammed Beg is seeing things differently to you and I here, isn't he? He's continuing to bowl a lot more pace on than we expected.
He said at the toss that batting second will be good to bat on the wicket because of the floodlights, and he said that chasing will be a better option. That is why he chose to field first. And the other thing that he said, that he will know the target.
Picked up into the night sky. That travels many a mile. That ball might not be coming back. A lovely swivel pull shot. They're jumping for joy up in the crowd, thanks to the captain of Nepal, who's playing a gem of a knock.
He came inside the line of the ball and helped it over fine leg for a massive 6. Can this be the momentum for Nepal to get to a good total?
Well, I think they're in a very strong position now. Really do. They've come out all guns blazing after the drinks break. 60 for 3 after 10 overs. In the course of just 15 balls has become 91 for 3. Just felt it was Rohit Powdell's night. We spoke about it at length, didn't we? Paresh, he's got a few starts, in fact 3 starts in the competition. Can't keep a good man down. As the Yorker speared in by Farouk. It feels as though that noise around the criticism of Powdell as captain has quietened down. It's never far from coming back, given Nepal cricket social media, which could be a roller coaster ride within itself. But the whole nation very much behind the young man now.
The whole nation is behind. Not only the whole nation, all the Nepalese who are out of the nation, they are also backing up the captain. The numbers show that he's been the best captain of Nepal.
Driven away. Again, I think they'll think of the second very aggressive running, outstanding running, and good recognition of the fact that the fielder, Mujibur Rahman, is a left-arm thrower. If he was a right-arm thrower, I think it would have been risky, but he had to run around the ball. It was a bit slow to release, and body on the line. This is fantastic batting. It's been a wonderful partnership.
It's been clean touches, and big hitting by Rohit Powdell. Moves to 45 of 31. We were talking about 40 of 40 will be a very good score for Rohit Powdell, but it's 45 of 31. A good strike rate.
What a time for the captain and vice captain to come together and say, this is our night. Tonight's our night. And now he'll go to the ramp. Won't quite get to 50 yet. One bounce four. They're taking a real liking to Farouk, who's travelling the distance. The last three overs have gone for 37. Nepal, 97 for three.
Hundred percent pure sunflower बाट बनेको धारा health refined sunflower oil.
कच्चपको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा कच्चपको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Strange choices, isn't he? I thought he would have bowled his four on the bounce up at the top. He's held one back for himself. Farouk has not looked like a good option in these conditions. And now Nepal are doing a brilliant job of completely reducing the dot balls.
Yeah,
In fact, it feels like every ball is being scored off.
Yeah, they're scoring every ball. In the first place, when Dipender Singh Airi came in, he just had to watch. OS Ahmed was bowling very well.
Now turn on offer. That's the pace to bowl on this surface. It's very clear. I think Mujibur Rahman has completely misread it. I think there's been a few incorrect bowling changes and choices for a stop ball, I think, since the drinks break. And another one, half an appeal, but Powell keeps the back foot in.
The two balls that he bowled, the second and the third ball, in a good pace outside the off stump. Rohit Paudel almost getting that back foot outside the line.
.50 for the captain of Nepal. It's going to be his first T20I 50 of 2025. His first since last October. That was in King City against Oman. It's his 8th T20I century altogether. It's been an innings of the highest quality. One real moment of fortune from his very first delivery. But he's taken that and he's cashed in. He's made it off just 30. Swept powerfully. We'll bring the 100 up. Now he wants the second. He's going to have to get moving. Just as well he's maybe the cricket. Oh no, they're going to have three. Sensational. Nobody else in the world turns us into two, let alone three. And the pressure really telling on Quater. Watch the running between the wickets here. He's like an absolute hare across the turf. Yet to get the afterburners on. And then Powell's awareness to say, okay, you've given us two, let's have three, thanks very much. Outstanding running. Can't take your eyes off these two. 102 for three.
Laksha Anek, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो देशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्.
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित. बेबे यो चीज बल लगाउँ न.
हे यो चिज बल छैन 2 PM चिज बल छ के
यो भन्नु भयो के वाले.
It's also back on brand with the style of cricket that we saw Nepal take to the West Indies during the India Cup. Daniel Archer will return for his second. Do you have any idea why they went away from that brand in the first three games where they struggled with the bat, to be honest, despite winning all three matches? I don't necessarily see that in the playing surfaces changing your brand. This should be the brand. 1 and 2s. Bits of innovation, ramps and scoops, and that's going to skid away off the advertising surface and run for 4 more. I don't think there's many batters in the world who use the pace on the ball better than Rohit Paudel, and he's been at his very best tonight.
It was on the off stump, middle and off. He ramped that over the keeper's head for a boundary. Now, getting a momentum shift, Nepal. They are 107 for 3 in the 15th over. A good platform to unleash at the back end of the innings.
Qatar must be thinking, oh no, not again. Not at this venue, not against Nepal. Cut away, good stop. It's the first good piece of fielding in a little while from Qatar. They've been getting just run ragged. So much pressure applied upon the men in maroon by these two fantastic runners between the wicket, but that was 3 runs saved, and credit to the backward point fielder.
Again, Roy Podell hitting that ball swiftly down to back point.
I think it might have been Mujibur Rahman with a diving stop there. Again, just a deflection. Again, he wants to. Surely he won't get it this time, as Sharik Munir does the fielding and just threatens the throw. Been great entertainment this, and certainly looks like Nepal on track for an above par total.
Yes, they are right on track. They shouldn't lose any wickets from now on. The 3 runs that they took was unbelievable.
Yeah, it really was. Breathtaking stuff. Paresh, we've seen the ICC highlight Nepal's performances again on the ICC social media channels. I think the last count I saw that final over finished last night had done over 10 million views. That's not just fans from Nepal, are they? Like, these cardiac kids are generating a global following now.
Yeah, it is a global following.
Picked up into the leg side, fielder there, straight to him. And the fun is going to be over for Dipendra Singh Airi. Daniel Archer's slight change of pace might have been the off-cutter, and a lack of pace in the surface as Nepal just went away from what was working so well in that partnership, and Qatar desperately needed that wicket. A well-deserved breakthrough.
It was an off-cutter on the middle stump. It was hit straight to the fielder. It's Zubair Ali taken a rather comfortable catch. Dipendra Singh Airi, after playing a good hand of 26 of 21, has to depart. Nepal are 110 for 3. Sorry, 4.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
बेबे यो चीज बल लगाउँ न
हे यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल हो के
यो भन्नुभयो के वाले 2 PM चीज बल्स यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
स्वस्तिकको स्वाद अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास एसियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट शाइन यसमा भएको युभी हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
Slog swept, but straight to the fielder, so it should just be the single. Understand what you're saying, Paresh, but with 5 overs to go, is that not the exact finisher's role?
But you'll have to go and ask the head coach for that.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm with you on that front. He's been out of international cricket for 3 years, played both games, the second and third game, that is, in Sharjah in the Unity Cup. Hadn't played any cricket at all, really, obviously out of action for well-publicised reasons. However he goes, and absolutely it's so great to see Mohamed Adil Alam back into the team and back playing cricket and back looking happy after such a difficult time in his life. Chipped straight to the backward point fielder, who can't hold on. Well, that would have been taken in the second innings, you suspect, by probably all 11 of Nepal's fielders. Zubair Ali, he was just on his heels, wasn't he? Surely this should have been caught.
Again, one of the Nepali batters getting the top edge. He had to dive in front, completely misjudged it.
For me, at this level, that's a regulation chance. No one ever tries to drop a catch, but he just got himself in a tangle for someone who's a very experienced cricketer. I know new to the international game, but a great pedigree back in his native Pakistan. That was a regulation chance. Adil Alam should have been caught for none, but he gets off the mark. I think this is a bizarre choice. I think it could cost between 10 and 20 or even 30 runs, depending upon how well Gulshan Jah would have gone. And I just think, particularly with the left arm spinner still with overs left, had to go with the left-hander. Four singles from the over. Great credit to Oais Ahmed. Super spell from him. He found the right pace on the pitch. He finishes with 1 for 17. Nepal have 4 overs left. It's 114 for 4.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
How will Mirza Mohammed Beg see it? He's got 1 over left himself. Looks like he wants to go with 1 more of Archer. Does he turn back to spin? We haven't seen any more from the off spinner since he started. Doesn't want to bowl him to the 2 right-handers, I suspect.
It's kind of a mandatory for a bowler who takes a wicket to come back and bowl again.
Yeah, you often used to get that, didn't you? Sort of in the olden days, a bit more flexible in the modern T20I game. Yeah, thuds into the pad, probably just angling down. He sort of angles the ball in, doesn't he? Powell wants to come down and have a word with Adil Alam. Oh, just missing the leg stump.
Didn't actually got the pace of the wicket there. Mohammad Adil Alam has faced 5 deliveries for just 2 runs. In a tricky situation here.
What a take! Unbelievable grab. Second stunning caught and bowled of the evening. A complete reflex catch, and Adil Alam's short stay at the crease will end thanks to a moment of magic from Daniel Archer Maria Luis. We've seen some brilliant catches this tournament, and that is right up there with the very best of them. Superb reflexes, superb catch.
This is the second grab. It's exactly like the same before. The left-hander taking a catch of Kushal Malla this time around. The right-arm medium pacer taking a catch against Adil Alam. It is straight. Alam has to depart for 2. Nepal, they are in a spot of bother.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन. आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ. नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Big man, तपाईँको छिमेकी.
In which they fought back here. If they can have a good final 4 overs, keep Nepal under 140. They'll still harbour realistic aspirations. And Nepal will again have to be at their best with the ball and in the field, as they have been for much of the tournament. They defended 140 by 1 run against the UAE. I think it would leave them precarious if they only end up with that. What can Gulshan Jah do to impact the match? Get off the mark immediately with a single. This is an important phase of the game now, Paresh.
And the confidence that Gulshan Jah has, the first ball that he faced was way onto the front foot and flicked it away down to mid-wicket for a single. That is the confidence that he possesses, playing those 2 innings, being the player of the match in the group stages.
Got him. And Qatar continue to fight and scrap their way back into this contest. That's the line and length that he was being asked to bowl. And Daniel Archer gives his captain the reward. Mears is ecstatic with that. Qatar keep fighting. Great credit to them. right on the money, slightly late on the shot. I'm not sure if he was trying to work it squarer than he could have. Could have kept a bit low too. Pedal's got to go.
Yes, he kept a bit low, but Podell, I think he was deceived by the off cutter. It was a slower ball that it was bowled by Daniel Archer. He has 3 for 21 in his third. A good knock by Podell comes to an end. 58 of 41 with a massive 6 and 7 fours.
115 for 6 now. Nepal, they are wobbling. They haven't done anything easy throughout this competition, really.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
3 balls. Sundeep Jora will come to the crease and get off the mark immediately. You do feel a bit for Sundeep Jora, don't you, in terms of his role in this team? Seems like he can bat anywhere in the order.
He's very flexible. He can bat at number 3, number 4. Now he's come to bat at number 8. That shows the length of the batting lineup that Nepal possesses.
Actually, there's time in his T20 was number 8. So number 8. And that's not easy for any batter to do. Such different roles you play in the different positions. Great bowling from Daniel Archer. He's got 3 for 22. Just 3 overs remain. Nepal have a long way to go to even get to 130, let alone 140, 116.
Pure sunflower butter बनेको Dhara Health Refined Sunflower Oil.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
Mirza Mohammed Beg is going to go. This is a good move. Even anything under 7 off this over is a great result for Qatar. Really scrapping hard. The men who've made the short trip across here to Oman. Oh, he's got him straight through, turn. And it's a calamitous collapse here for Nepal. After a marvellous 4th wicket partnership, they've lost 4 wickets for very little. And Nepal are rocking. They're in trouble. Qatar, ebullient with joy. And you would think back in the contest.
It was a sharp turn. The ball slipping through between the bat and the pad. Sundeep Jora had no clue about the ball.
Remarkably, Nepal have just lost 4 wickets for 6 runs. Qatar showing why they're worth their weight in gold here in the Super 6. It's Jora that's got to go. His first time batting at number 8. He's gone for 1. 116 for 7.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ आफ्नो विदेशी नम्बरबाट सेवा रजिस्टर गर्नुहोस्
Saying that tactical change and keeping out Lalit Raj Bankshi in a turning wicket.
Yeah, I think what they're saying though is they've got so many spinning options. Kushal Malla can bowl, Rohit Patel can bowl, Kushal Patel can bowl. Donkey bowled the other night. Sharp turn and offer as this one's cut away very effectively by Sampal Kami. It's a good shot. He'll start with a brace. He'll pick up 2. They're not in a particularly strong position here, Nepal, are they? We did say at the start 130 could be a good score. They should get that. They might not get many more.
They have at least 130 to make a thing out of it. Sompal Kami with that quick hands, cutting that ball behind square on the offside.
Beats the outside edge. This has been good from Azim. It really has. I love what he's done. Just surprised that he's only bowled the 2 overs. I know there's right-handers operating, but it's clearly a helpful surface for the spinners. Worked away for a single. Has this fight back from Qatar surprised you, Paresh?
No, actually, it's in some point Nepal were doing so good when Rohit Paudel and Dipender Singh Airi were in the middle. After the wicket of Airi, I think it was miscalculation by the support staff to send in Adil Alam in place of Gulshan Jah. Gulshan Jah must have been sent then.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I just think a little bit of a tactical misstep. Be interesting to get the thoughts of Powell and Lowe after. Now, Jah, what can he do? Loves going down the ground against spin. That's impossible there. Speared into the surface and turning away. Wonderful bowling. Great fight back this from Qatar. Yet another seesawing Super 6 contest. That's very, very clever from Jah, because he wanted the single, he wanted the strike, didn't feel as though he'd be able to get much reward out of Azim. He will keep the strike. They're up to 120. 2 overs remain. 120 for 7.
हरेक लक्ष्य को आफ्नै कथा हुन्छ जोशको उत्साहको मेहनतको लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक.
But you would have to say that he might end up getting reasonably good reward if he goes with Azim in the final over. I think he'll keep it tight. Under 130 still possible. What can Gulshan Jah find in the middle of the bat? And a monster for 6. Right into the hitting arc, and it's a frustrated Qatar support staff there. Baig could have been bowled out, but instead the first ball of his 4th goes the distance.
Again, the bottom hand coming into play, Gulshan Jah. This is the second 6 in this tournament that Gulshan Jah has hit over covers. Against the fast bowlers.
They're really good shots. Again, it's that ability to find the power to get over the rope from whatever angle. He can hit 360, can't he? Round the wicket now. Full toss, and Jah misses out. Can Kami go quickly enough to get Jah back onto strike? Yes, he can. Good running, good game awareness from the pair of them. He's such a mature young cricketer. Gulshan Jah, you could argue he's been the difference maker throughout this campaign for Nepal.
He surely has been, and these two are very good mates. Gulshan Jah and Sompal Kami. A good understanding between the wickets there.
Pumped. Oh, pumped many a mile. Even better than the first maximum. This one's still racing away onto the second oval. He is a phenomenal young talent, Gulshan Jah. Whatever length is hit, he'll find a way to get it over the rope.
Hit it on the up into extra cover. That was an off-cutter, a slow ball, well picked up by Gulshan Jah. Ball running towards the second over. 6-2-6 in this over. In the first 3 balls, this is the penultimate over.
And Jah's doing it again. He's completely changing the complexion of this game. You could argue without Jah, Nepal would be in real trouble, not today, throughout this entire competition. Got him this time. So he's going to fall for an even strike rate at 200. But again, it's the impact that he has made. Only out there for 8 balls. He's gone for 16. Mirza Mohammed Baig is having a wonderful tournament. The leading wicket taker in it gets one more with an in-swinging Yorker. Very well bowled.
I think Gulshan Jah could have gone the same way on the offside. He tried to play across the line. Just went under his bat. Another cameo comes to an end Gulchinja. 16 of 8. Yet again, 200 is strike rate.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
MIT, an internationally recognized degree. बागबजार काठमाडौँ यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
What can Nepal get up to? Just be a single to start with for Yadav. What do you do if you're Baig here? Do you gamble bowling the off spinner in the 20th and final?
Well, his ball, Nasim has bowled pretty well. You have Daniel Archer, who's taken 3 wickets, giving away 22 runs in his 3 overs. Baig, he has been excellent in this tournament, leading wicket taker, captain of Qatar, batting deep inside the crease. Sompal Kami trying to get under the ball.
Down the leg side, misses out a little bit there. Sompal Kami will just be a single. Probably a bit more expensive in his 4th and final than he would have liked, the captain of Qatar, but continues his excellent individual tournament. Very impressive figures. 3 for 29. Nepal 136 for 8.
स्वस्तिकको स्वाद अनि 30 वर्षको साथ
स्वस्तिक सोयाबिन तेल 30 वर्षको विश्वास.
कच्चपको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा कच्चपको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
I don't think this is necessarily a bad call. For me, he should have bowled his 4 overs earlier in the piece, but now he's entrusted to bowl the 20th and final. Kami gets no timing at all. Should be time to get back for 2 direct hit. Would have made it very interesting for Yadav, but he'll scramble home for a couple. A bit of frustration being shown by the bowler. Is he asking for the long on fielder to be off the rope?
It's the spinner bowling the last over. The fielders in the boundary line, they should be on the rope, not inside the rope. Sompal Kami can hit a big ball, but Asim is bowling well.
Hit towards long on and hit over his head. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Azim had forced the long on fielder to come in, and as a consequence, Kami gets just enough of it to scramble it over his head for 6. If he's on the rope, that's out. Oh, very, very poor cricket from Qatar. Costly moments these.
The boundary riders, they should be on the ropes, not inside the rope. He was probably 10 to 15 yards inside the rope.
And he just moved himself there as well, the captain. Now a swing and a miss. That's the right length on this surface. Speared in. They've had a few moments, Qatar, that have been so costly, and the running between the wickets has brought about that reward. Aggressive running between the wickets from all of the Nepal batters has put Qatar in the back foot. 3 balls left. Very well bowled out towards the guideline. Kami can't do much with it. Now Nandan Yadav reckons he hits as big a ball as anyone in the team. Can he get one over the ropes to get the 150?
Now he's telling the fielders at long on and long off to be on the rope.
Oh, you couldn't ride it, could you? Upset with the 2. Now he doesn't want the 6. Big swing and a miss outside the line, so it'll just be a leg by. Brave bowling because he went slower through the air there. Very clever from Azim. Any boundary will bring the 150 up now. And for me, on this slow, turgid, tricky surface, I think that would be a good score.
146 for 8. The last ball is coming up.
Right into the block hole, hit down towards long on. They'll get 1, and they'll certainly attempt the 2nd, but they will perish in vain at going for it. Selfless cricket from Sampal Kami, putting the team first, doing the right thing. And a good piece of fielding by the skipper, Mirza Mohammed Beg, out at long on. Will keep it to just one. But I think overall, Nepal will be reasonably satisfied with that. They were 60 for 3 and in trouble after 10 overs, but they've done pretty good in the last 10. 87, despite losing the 6 wickets in the second half, will mean that they will accumulate 147 for 9 from their 20 overs. And with the way in which they've fielded in particular in this series, they'll be confident of defending that. But Qatar, equally in a do-or-die encounter, will throw everything at the men from the Himalayas in the search for a first victory in this Super 6. Plenty of contributions alongside Rohit Paudal's standout 58, but some low scores in there too, as it was the captain that stood head and shoulders above the rest of his teammates. Another nice cameo though from Gulshan Jah.
It was good bowling in the middle overs after getting rid of Dipender Singh Aire and Rohit Paudal. Mirza Mohammed Beg